Hey everybody, this is Steven here. I just wanted to kind of go over this helicopter that I've got here. This is a helicopter from 1984. Let me stop you right there. I'm sure the viewers want to know more than just it's a helicopter. Obviously, from what we're seeing, it is a helicopter. This is a miniature aircraft XL-60. Obviously, I said it's from 1984, but it was not so obvious that that's the type of helicopter it is. Furthermore, there is a fly barless head on this helicopter. It's an aftermarket part that I found on eBay, and it fit nicely and it functions well. And you'll see that in the upcoming portion of this video. Well, back to you. There's been several modifications made to this helicopter. So as you can see, I've got a spaghetti of wiring here. And the main reason is because I'm still finalizing things. I've got a flight controller there, a receiver, a battery, and so all the components that are needed. I've got a nitro engine, and this is an onboard starter. And unfortunately, it was sitting in gas and actually broke. So I've got one on the way, but this one is unfortunately broken. Back here, I've got the servo mounted on the rear. Those are 3D printed brackets, and then the push rod goes back. So that's working and functioning as it should. And then I've got a starting nut here. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a start here. So give me 1 minute and I'll put the cowl on and we'll go from there. All right. Just so you guys know, back here, this is where the starter is plugged onto the glow plug. So you can see that's how it gets its power. And then it's just grounded to one of the engine bolts here. It's actually it's grounded through the frame. So, but yeah, that's how it gets its power. All right, 1 second. Okay, so here's the cowl that goes on. This is actually an aftermarket. Well, some people call them canopies, and maybe cowl is from the airplanes that I fly. So this is more of a helicopter, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the starter, and we're gonna start it up. It might be a little bit difficult to show you that, but I'm gonna try anyway. So give me 1 second here. We'll prop you against the remote. Hopefully that'll work. There we go. That's not too bad. All right. So I'm going to go get the starter here. I've got a 12-volt starter and a one-way bearing on this starter. So right here you can see it. It's got a one-way bearing on it right here, and that makes it very easy to start. So my starting sequence for my helicopter, I've got one of the switches, which is a throttle activator, so that'll actually activate the throttle there. And then if I flip another switch on my remote, it activates the onboard starter. There we go. We are now hot with the glow plug, and we're going to go ahead and give it a start. So here we go. All right. So I'm going to move over here to a different perspective. All right. And for this video in particular, I'm just going to idle up because I've only got one hand holding one with the phone. So first we're going to go ahead and shut the glow plug off. So it's now off. Well, there's no power to it anymore. And we're going to go ahead and throttle up a little bit. And then I'm almost at half stick. And we're going to go ahead and... So as you can see, so now when I flip this switch down here, That kills the engine. So as you could see, the gain was way too high on the helicopter. And again, I'm still trying to dial in that flight controller. It's been a bit of a process, but so far so good, still learning. But there's actually several more modifications that I'd like to do. Namely, there is a temperature sensor that you can connect to the FlySky receiver that I've got. And there's also an RPM sensor that I can connect to it, because right now I don't have a governor on the helicopter, and I don't really plan on putting one on. I'm basically just going to dial in the engine. And I would actually like to know in the comments uh, any tips or tricks, because I am fairly new. Now I do have 9 helicopters, so I'm very addicted to the hobby, but I'm very interested to learn more about it. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.